I had this enormous success in the early 80s as a singer, songwriter and performer. So I had a string of hits on the radio, and it was almost unexpected. And so suddenly I found myself, you know, in huge demand and working very hard and and I developed a sort of a comedic persona. The David Kramer with, you know, with a bicycle and the middle parting in his hair, and then later the red shoes, and you know, and I got the Volkswagen bus contract, and that, you know, I became very, very well known. The persona started to become really almost too powerful, and it was difficult for me to be private, just to be the private David Kramer and not just the David Kramer. You know, I always think maybe I should have given myself another name like some other people did, you know. And afterwards I just felt that because of the times and because of the pressure on me, that I really just wanted to step back and reassess. When I started out, I was using satire, and I was in some ways satirizing my own background. At high school, my first experience of being banned was, we had a debating society at high school, and I was often asked to be the entertainment. The girls' high school and the boys' high school would come together. And at that time I was, you know, singing Beatles songs and things like that. But I also liked the Des Lindbergh and Jeremy Taylor had, you know, done satirical South African songs like Ach Please Daddy, and Des Lindbergh had this Die Gezoem van die Beye. So I went on stage and sang this song, Die Gezoem van die Beye. But I thought, you know, let's stick to the rules. Die kakalaka kak, you know, so, and I sang that, and much to the amusement of the pupils. and then I was never invited back again. I suppose within my work I was always pursuing a kind of honesty. I didn't always foresee what was going to happen. When I recorded the first album, the Bakgat album, and I was mixing languages, and I was, you know, I was accused of godslastering, you know, blasphemy, because I used the words and some swearing in it. It was at that time completely unacceptable, certainly to the SABC, and they wouldn't play. They wouldn't play my stuff. And yet the record company was really surprised to find I was selling, the albums were selling so well, you know. So despite not getting any radio play, you know, despite being banned by the SABC, that was a successful album. I involved in nation building. Again, not consciously, that's not what was on my mind. I suppose I was trying to construct something, an identity for myself. Apartheid was saying we have different cultures, and we can separate those cultures, and that's, you know, the separate development idea. You know, you speak that language, you have that culture, we speak this language, we have this culture. That, even as a young person, seemed like a madness to me. I knew that reality wasn't like that. I knew that culture didn't work like that. What I was doing was, as an artistic endeavor, was to investigate the commonality, the blurring. That was what I was interested in. I was interested in looking at those grey areas, because the history of people is always like that. It's mixing. It's one person influencing another person. And I suppose my own background, you know, my grandfather coming from Lithuania, marrying an Afrikaans speaking farmer's daughter, these two cultures coming together, forming something new, for me that was interesting. So that's what I was trying to do. So the work has an influence on people. It starts to cross boundaries. People from all walks of life are able to identify with the work.